why being motivated is not enough. Because today is so many different, so many distractions, so many shiny object syndromes. See, I've been the most motivated person, and at the same time, it don't last. Strategy, having the right setup, having the right strategy, and moving things in your environment to make things better. That's what I'm finding right now to get me back. Now it ain't motivation because everything inside of me saying, no, I don't want to make a video. No, I don't want to feel like a failure again. But I'm not a failure. See, when you quit, that's when you fail. Because you don't get views, that don't make you a failure. Because you don't get the numbers you think you deserve, don't make you a failure. What makes you a failure is when you stop trying, when you stop showing up. And see, I'm learning that at 51 years old, I'm still learning. And I'm not quitting. See, most people my age done quit. Most people my age done already threw in the towel and be like, look, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go on and wait for retirement, wait for Social Security, or whatever the government gonna kick out. Not me. Not me. I'm not gonna settle. I know what's inside of me and I'm going to get it. Because all my failures set me up for great success as long as I don't quit. And that was one of the things I looked at when I went back and reevaluated who I am. I thoroughly read. I'm an advocate of learning. I truly believe a man stop learning, he will stop earning. And I truly believe that because I know, okay, this where I was 2 years ago. This where I'm at now. I might not be where I want to be, but I'm definitely not where I was. Have I made a lot of mistakes? I lost a lot of money since I took on this new entrepreneurship, fixing my credit, going out to business funding. All of these things I have went and I've tried, and I'm not telling you that I failed, but I'm definitely not where I want to be. But did I have the right strategy going forward? No, I did not. But I was fighting a lot of different battles that I shouldn't have been facing. I was signing up for courses that I shouldn't have took because my foundation wasn't where it needed to be. Some of the coaches that I signed up for, some of the people I listened to, wasn't what they supposed to be. That was my own fault. I did not do the investigation. I didn't go and look at their reviews. I didn't go and spend time viewing their free content. And some people who have good free content, I ain't saying that a lot of it is refurbished information. You know, you can go and you can look and it all start to seem the same. So then you got to look and say, okay, what's what? But that's up to you. You know, it's up to you to do the due diligence. That's how I failed at that part. Not doing my due diligence, not doing my thorough work. Just if it looks shiny, I'm on it. If it looks shiny, I'm on it. But I've learned over these years that, man, it is not easy to make it to that next level because if it was, everybody be doing it. And that's just what it was. I really thank the people that done made it for getting on YouTube and getting on TikTok, Instagram, and all of these things and sending out their emails and they blast. I appreciate them because I know if they can do it, I can do it. But it's the mentality, it's the mindset that's going to change where you become. It's the books you read. You know, like right now, Atomic Habits, that's what I'm working on right now because I was like, okay, I got to think just like all the rest of these people that's winning thinking. I have to get up every day, read a chapter every day. I ain't got to read a whole book because I'm not going to conceive it that fast. I'm not. As fast as I want to get this book read, I know I'm only going to be able to conceive a chapter a day, maybe two. If I read it in the morning, one before I go to bed. But that's my thing. That's why it's Atomic Habits. You don't do everything at one time. You break it down into bite-sized pieces and make it rewardable. You make it fun, right? So that's what I'm doing now. I'm making things more fun for myself to go after what I want. And if it takes me going back to work, which I have done, but it's in a field that I love to do. I love helping people. I'm right back in it. I already had that though. I already built a foundation on that. I knew I had a career. I already had a career. Is it something that I know is gonna make me wealthy? Absolutely not. But sometimes you do what God gives you to do. So if that's what God needs for me to do in order to be where I need to be, I'm gonna do that. And I'm gonna be all right with that because sometimes I got where I wasn't grateful too. And, I wasn't grateful that he taught me how to fight with litigation without using a lawyer. I wasn't grateful for that. I wasn't grateful that I went from a 580 credit score with dings on my credit and was still able to gain money and gain access. I even after these 3 months that I've been down, I hadn't been without. So that's the thing about it. That's when I was like, man, something, I'm tripping. If I would have just stayed going, I would have been what? Nowhere out of work. I can't tell you where I've been, but I'm right where I'm supposed to be. Let me say that. I'm right where I'm supposed to be. Because if I wouldn't have took these losses, I wouldn't have understood the mental fortitude that it really takes. I was thinking about that the other day when I was down. I was like, man, I'm feeling sick. I'm feeling less than. And I'm like, why? Why are you feeling less than? And I had to ask myself that question. Why? Because what happened is you start looking at other people and you start to think about and judging yourself on them. I can't do that. I have to judge me for who I am and where I'm at. And the only person that can make me better is me. I don't care what they do, but I care what I do. So that's when I have to be like, okay, what are you doing that you want to make better? And that's the decision that we all have to make. You know what I'm saying? What's going to make me better? And at that point, that's when I sat down and said, that's it. That's it. Man, every day I'm going to get better. Every day I'm going to sit down. It's the 1% of getting better makes everything else better. And sometimes I feel like that when I take a setback, it's really, I'm going to take about 4 forward after I take them 2 backwards. And hopefully I don't repeat any setbacks, but setbacks is a part of it. When I was looking at other people that trade, because I'm really looking at trading because it's a mentality that you got to sit down every day and you got to put in that work on that chart. You got to look at maybe if it's Palantir, maybe if it's NVIDIA, or it's the SPY. You got to be looking like I'm in the text, but yes, right now I'm in the learning. You know what I mean? Like one trade every day, and I'm not using my own money right now, and that's discipline because I really want to make some money, but I know that the only way I'm gonna get good is be consistent. Right? That's just like holding myself accountable to say, okay, I'm going to make videos. I'm going to set up a room. I'm going to do all of these things. I have done everything in my life to make me uncomfortable right now. And I'm telling you seriously, I've moved 400, not 400, but like 4.5 hours away from where I live. Okay. I have no family, no friends, nothing. You know what I mean? Like when I say I done totally made myself uncomfortable, I have, because I know that's how you win. You don't win in comfortability. You make yourself so uncomfortable that you have no choice but to win. That's what I have left myself. I have left myself no choice but to become successful. I don't leave myself an out. Because when I find an out, I take it. Every time something get hard, I take that out. Or I'm looking for a quicker, faster way. Ain't no easier, faster way. That's the truth. I know this. And I do not, and I have not been applying it like I should. So who do I hold accountable for my failures? Me. I can look in the camera and say I am the person that holds me back. And the only way I change that is I do something different every single day. And every single day I take and I say, guess what? I'm going to make me better. Are you going to become better? That's the question you have to ask yourself, because every day we get the opportunity. Same 24 hours everybody else gives. That's what you do with those 24 hours. So, I just challenge you to say, guess what, man? I'm not giving up on my dreams, because I promise you somebody's watching, waiting on you so they can follow you. So you think about that. If you stop, you done let somebody down. And that's the way I really have to look at my life. Like, dude, God put you here for a purpose. Are you going to live your purpose? And whoever needs you to make it to that purpose, but you need it. But it's other people, because we're not put on this earth to be alone. We're not put here to where it's just me in my little selfishness and I know I can. You can, but you was meant to. You was already ordained to do that, right? So that's what you gotta wake up and just give thanks, because gratitude is your altitude. And that's the number one thing. When everything else fails, just being grateful, just taking out that time for the little things you already got and be grateful for that. Man, things start to happen for you. Okay, so that is, I'm wrapping this up. But man, you know, if you like what I had to say, like, subscribe, you know, and listen, leave a comment. I get back with you. Thank you, and you have a good one.